So I said in my last semi-short post or video that I would do a second one today, just as an update of kind of generally what's going on. Um, just a reminder, I'm no longer in the study. I'm supposed to be on one of the meds, the med that is pill form, that I'm supposed to take twice a day. But the insurance company, their pharmacy, doesn't carry it, so they took a week and a half to let me know that, which is awesome. And so I just got the letter yesterday saying that they don't carry it, but here's some people that might. So I was able to email my oncologist, and we'll see what happens. I should get it whenever. I don't even know. I'm not opposed to having a break from all meds for a while, or at least for a little while. The most recent video I posted, I'm hoping most of you guys didn't watch, it was just a quick review of what the study entailed, mainly for people on ovarian cancer sites on Facebook that I am part of, that had been had asked for some information about the study. Didn't go into much detail. But in general, the updates are sort of... There's not much to update because I'm not really doing anything treatment-wise, but life-wise. Still have my tremor. That looks like I have none at all right now, but I swear to you guys, it's still pretty significant at times. The oncologist did recommend, or did a referral for a neurologist. Just waiting to hear from them to schedule something. And then if my tremor stops or gets better as I'm finishing up the steroids, we'll cancel the neurology appointment, because then that would indicate that it was the steroids, not something triggered by the immunotherapy. So there's that. I have actually worked a couple days in the past, we'll say past week. Friday I went in to do some work for a couple hours, and then I really couldn't do anymore. I think I've discussed it, but basically I'm just doing sort of filing and reorganization of files at my husband's company, part-time. Not even part-time, more consultation basis type of a situation. So when I can go in, I go in. When I can't, I don't. So I did that Friday, and then I went back on Tuesday, did almost another couple hours. I've gotten very, very slow at sorting the paperwork, for the simple fact that after just a little bit of involvement, my hands tend to get... The tremor in my hands tends to get worse, is how I should say it. So, I can only do so much physically before I'm starting to compromise my abilities. I'm still functional, but just not, like, if you look at my handwriting on my bad days, I can't read it. It's that bad. And it's, it is what it is. So hopefully it's the steroids, which I'm now down to 30 milligrams a day. And this weekend I think I go down to 20. So hopefully I'm off them within a week or so, and things start to rebound. As you can see, my face has become that of, like, a puffer fish. I still have these weird, like, indents where my face has actually seemed to puff up around my glasses, which is phenomenal. And the best part is, my license expires this weekend, so I had to get my license renewed, which means I needed a new picture. So my new license picture is this. guy at DMV took a picture and was distracted doing something, and I was at the counter with my stuff, and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even ask you if that was good, if you wanted to use that one." And I was like, I literally looked at him and go, "It's not getting any better. I look like a blowfish. Like, I look like a blowfish. Fortunately, I had put makeup on, so maybe I looked like a decorative blowfish. I don't know. It's not a pretty picture. It's not good at all. It is the worst license picture I've ever taken in my life. That includes my very first license picture, which 16-year-old me looked like I was trying to kill everybody in the world. And then my most recent picture, which is probably about 10 years old, I had, at the time, thought I had put on some weight, and my face was fuller, and, I was kind of like, the picture, like, oh, face is full there. That's not normal for me, blah, 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 blah. Comparing that picture to the picture I took yesterday, there is no comparison, because yesterday's picture, it literally looks like somebody took my head as if it were a balloon for my face and, like, blew it up, and it's all stretched out and round. I mean, you guys can see that. And this is never going anywhere now. I just have this forever. So, am I embarrassing myself? Probably. Oh well. I think I've learned over the last few years that I really don't care if I embarrass myself. Obviously there are days where I don't feel good about how I look. And I think that's pretty normal for, anybody, but when your body's been through the ringer and doesn't really want to do what you want it to do, that becomes a little more frequent. But I've also sort of always been the person who, I don't want to say doesn't care what people think, because that's not true. Because I do care what people think. But I care what the people I care about think. And even then, if it's something that, in the grand scheme of things, isn't gonna matter, then I guess my desire to care about it decreases. So, yes, I do care about how I look, but at the same time, you know what? I'm alive. I'm going to enjoy my life. If that means that I end up not my most physically fit, oh well, I'm not going to cry myself to sleep over it, or at least not frequently. Probably once or twice, but not very often. And I'd say these past couple weeks have been that challenge with the sort of physical appearance, just because I've felt more pufferfish-like, would be a good way to put it, than I have, I think, ever in my life. So knowing that, like, this is something I can't do anything about is stressful, but at the same time, I know I can't do anything about it, so I just have to kind of try and live with it. So I've been trying to teach myself and learn, almost 36 years old here, and I'm learning makeup now. The last time I tried to teach myself makeup was for my wedding, and that was a much less intense process, actually. But now I'm trying to do the full, like, ooh, I'm gonna contour, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna try and make my face look skinnier. Doesn't really work, but whatever, it's fun. I get to play with makeup and brushes and whatever. So it's been a couple weeks since I'm out of the study. I don't see my oncologist again until the 24th. I did actually go to physical therapy this week, partially because with the blood clot that I have in my lung, which again is not a big deal, it's off to the side, it's small, it's not interfering with anything, it's not blocking anything, but I don't know what that means for sort of my physical efforts. I don't know, like, if I go out jogging or if I go run on a treadmill, is that going to dislodge a blood clot and create a bigger problem, or is that good because it'll break it down? So I don't know, sort of cardio-wise, how much pressure to put on myself too. So I asked my doctor if it would make sense to go to the physical therapist, because they have a physical therapist through the cancer center. In addition to that, I was hoping that they might be able to help with the tremor in terms of, are there exercises I can do to help with it? So she did do some testing to see where my sort of stamina is, and I'm okay. And this has sort of been a weird thing for me before, where I did the Livestrong program, and I've done physical therapy through them before, where they do these preview tests. They do this walking test of, for 6 minutes, you walk from point A to point B back and forth, and it's a measured amount. And, so they did it with the Livestrong, they did it with the physical therapy, they did it at the end of the Livestrong, to see how you improve. And with the Livestrong, they also did certain activities, a balance activity, certain weights, like chest press, leg press, that sort of stuff, to see where you are. So I've gone into these tests as, a cancer patient, or a post-treatment cancer patient. And, you expect to go in. For me, I'm feeling really weak, really out of shape, no stamina, none of that. And I tend to do much better than the other people around me, partially because I'm in my Livestrong group, I was the youngest. Maybe by like 5 or 6 years, but still. So I was the youngest. And, a lot of times what the physical therapists are working with are people who are really struggling with chemo, and so they're weak, they're tired, they're losing weight, they're not eating. I, as you can see, well, maybe not, but I'm not lacking in weight right now. I'm tired, I get easily fatigued, I have that, but in comparison to what other people struggle with, I'm in a much better starting place, even though for me it feels awful. Like, I feel like I'm way out of shape, and I am way out of shape. But I have to stop and remember that there are a lot of people who have gone through this similar stuff, who are in much worse physical condition, and that when I started this whole journey, I was in pretty decent health. I mean, I wasn't in my best shape of my life, but I was a healthy 31-year-old person. So it's just been weird it's a little weird to go into these things like the physical therapy and say, I need help to do this, and then go through the tests, and they're like, oh, you're the best, that's the best score we've had, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, but I still need help. Like, I still need improvement. So I'm starting physical therapy. I don't think they're going to be able to do anything for the tremor, partially because we don't even know why I have the tremor at this point. If it's medication related or if it's something in my, something neurological, something systematic to me, we don't know. And that would change sort of how anything would be approached. And they would actually probably refer me to occupational therapy anyway. But yeah, so that's kind of the update with that stuff. Oh, and in addition, my dad decided to have a mini stroke. So that was fun, because he just apparently couldn't handle the fact that I had all the attention. He is fine. Everything is fine. There's no damage, no remnants. There's no sign he had it, but they know he had it based on the symptoms. And when I say mini stroke, it's called a TIA. It's a step before a stroke. So we've been dealing with that. So in the past 2 months, I've been hospitalized twice. My mother-in-law has had to put down 2 of her dogs and found out yesterday/today that she might have to put down a 3rd. And the dogs were a mother and 2 of the pups. And when I say that, the mom was like 16 and the pups are like 13, 14. So we're not talking young dogs. They're older dogs, but still. Then of course my dad has his thing. And yeah, I think that's all the chaos. I haven't made order out of this one. Not yet. But we are going, Matt and I are going camping this weekend, so that is a huge kind of thing. We got me a fishing pole, and I did try and go fishing the other day with my dad. I got very good at catching the bottom of Fulton's Pond, and I did catch a pine cone. So that's good. So we know I can catch something, but I'm not sure a pine cone is going to feed us while we're camping. So we shall see. We will have to bring food accordingly. But yeah, we're going for the weekend. We've only been camping once previously. There just hasn't been a good time, or, something's always going on. So, we're leaving on Friday, coming back Sunday. Should be fun. Should be quiet. We each have a camping hammock that we can set up on a tree and just sit there and read books and be in the quiet, and Radar is going to hate us because he is not going to be happy that we're not coming home to sleep in a bed. But he's going to have to deal with it. So, I guess that's kind of it for today's update. Again, I rambled a bit, which I always do. Sorry, guys. But I will keep you guys posted on what's going on. There might be less cancer stuff and more just life stuff and trying to figure out what projects I can do and that sort of thing. Expanding this from just the cancer journey to general writing, general opinion, photography, painting, drawing, whatever the heck I feel like doing. I'm not going to be great at any of it, but maybe I'll be okay enough at most of it that it won't bore people. Alright, bye guys.